Over the last 4 years, I have been trying and failing to grow on social media, dedicating I don't know how many hours to creating content, researching trends, and just trying to crack the code. But despite all of my efforts, 4 years later, I have got virtually nothing to show for it. Last year in particular, it felt like social media and this desire to grow was in effect consuming my entire life. I was staying up until silly o'clock in the morning, researching the perfect hashtags, consuming all of the how to grow content under the sun, desperately trying to replicate the strategies that successful content creators were using. But no matter how much time or energy I was pouring into it, it felt like my account was stuck in neutral, while I watched other creators who started their account around the same time as me completely skyrocket. And when I look back on the content that I created now, it is so easy to see where I was going wrong. The biggest mistake that I made, and made repeatedly, was not being true to myself. I was so busy trying to mimic the success of other people that I completely forgot and ignored all of the things that make me unique. Everything that I created lacked any sense of my personality at all. So now I'm hitting the reset button. I'm done chasing other people's successes and I'm ready to embrace my true, authentic self. And most importantly, I'm ready to let that shine through in everything that I do. To be honest, my journey on social media started kind of by accident. Being stuck at home when everything was going on in 2020, my mental health took a real hit. And I found myself relying more and more on motivational and inspirational content just to try and keep myself going, really. And after I'd started to feel a bit better, I thought it would be nice to create my own motivational page to help people that were going through the same thing as I was. And at the very beginning, I honestly didn't track my analytics or anything like that at all. I wasn't bothered about how many followers that I had. I was just enjoying the fact that people seemed to like or relate to the content that I was putting out. But over time, as I got more into it, I found myself slipping into an unhealthy pattern without even realizing it. After I got my first few hundred followers, I had this desire to just grow, and that desire completely overshadowed my entire purpose and identity. Essentially, I completely forgot why I started in the first place. Before long, I found myself completely stuck in a vicious comparison cycle where I was measuring my worth by the amount of likes or followers that I was or wasn't getting. Every trend, every hashtag, every viral video became just an opportunity for me to try and mimic the success that other people were having. And as a result, the quality of my content suffered massively. And what started as a bit of fun, a platform for self-expression and creativity, had somehow become a competition, and I wasn't winning. My content was lacking genuine passion and enthusiasm that had made me start my page in the first place. And it was so obvious to anyone watching that I was just going through the motions. As you can probably guess, my engagement completely dwindled. My views hit a plateau, and it was blatantly obvious to me that I was getting absolutely nowhere. And so I gave up. By the end of it, I had nearly 1,000 followers on Instagram, and I know that isn't massive compared to what some people have, but it feels big to me looking back on it now, and I can't help but wonder how I could have grown if I hadn't let myself get to that point of feeling completely demoralised and just unmotivated to continue. Sitting here now, I know that real growth and fulfilment, whether that's on social media or in your life in general, can only come when you learn to embrace your authentic self. And that's not just about being true to yourself, it's also about releasing the need for approval or validation from other people and learning to find it within yourself. And that's not always the easiest thing to do, because sometimes that means having to confront the parts of yourself that you would usually try to hide away. Those quirks or flaws or vulnerabilities that you think for some reason would make you less likable to some people. It means having the courage to step out of your comfort zone and embrace the messy, imperfect aspects of yourself. And honestly, when you find a way to make it happen, stepping into your authentic self is so incredibly liberating and empowering. Because when you no longer feel the need to conform to anyone else's standards, you're able to share your experiences and perspectives that make you exactly who you are. And when it comes down to it, that's your greatest asset. And true success in life lies in owning and celebrating who you are unapologetically. So, as I reflect on the social media journey that I've been on so far, the highs, the lows, and everything in between, I'm just really grateful for what it's taught me about my life as a whole. Because what might have started as me wanting to grow on social media has actually grown into something much bigger and greater than that. And that's the journey of self-discovery that it prompted. So now, as I give it another attempt to grow on social media, I'm coming in this time with a whole new perspective. There's one question that I'm going to ask myself as I create each piece of content moving forward. And that is, who exactly are you trying to be right now? And the only answer that I should be giving is myself. So wherever you are in your social media journey, it's never too late to rediscover your voice and remember all of the things that make you stand out from the crowd. Thank you so much for watching. If you are on a similar journey to mine, I would love for you to let me know in the comments so that we can support each other along the way. Until next time, take care of yourself and we'll speak soon.